Good evening. Welcome. I hope your week is starting out wonderful. And if not, either way, I find coming and enjoying a yoga practice always makes things better. So go ahead and begin to find your way to your mat. Go ahead and take a comfortable seated position. Do cross-legged or one foot in front of the other. Just allowing the hips to be supported by the earth. The knees just dropping open with gravity. Go ahead and begin drawing up and in with that belly button, activating the core, lengthening through the spine, drawing the crown of your head up towards the sky. Let's just take a few moments here to close our eyes and just become centered with our breath. And if it's available to you this evening, go ahead and begin drawing your inhales and exhales through the nose. Kind of making a whisper sound as you slowly draw the air in, allowing it to draw across the back of the throat. It's known as the Ujjayi breath or the victory breath. And as we begin to move through class today, we'll be connecting our breath with our movements. Just allowing those shoulders to really drop down away from the ears. Gently allowing the eyes to open. On an inhale, drawing your arms up, overhead. Exhale, dropping that right hand to the mat and taking a side bend. Go ahead and come into a nice deep side bend, reaching out through those top fingertips. And from there, go ahead and just press up a little bit into that right hand, that bottom hand, to bring a little bit more length into the right side body as we really stretch across the left. Inhaling and exhaling here. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale over to the left. Go ahead again and take a nice deep bend. And from there, reaching through the fingers and pressing back up through that left hand. Continuing to really roll those shoulders back and opening across the chest. And your next inhale, coming up to center. And exhale with a nice straight back forward fold. When you can't come forward any more with straight back, go ahead and allow those hands to come to the mat. Go ahead and press back into those fingertips, grounding the hips down. Maybe beginning to bend in the elbows. Lowering. Drawing that crown of the head out long in alignment with the neck. Inhale, pressing up. Go ahead and switch the cross of your legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drawing forward through the chest. Nice long spine. Pressing into those fingertips, grounding the hips down. Maybe you begin to fold a little bit at the elbows, continuing to draw the crown of the head forward in line with the neck. Breathing here. Inhale, beginning to press up. Go ahead and draw your knees in, taking that right leg out long. Left foot just comes in close to the body. And we're just going to go ahead and wrap our right arm around our left knee, taking our left hand right behind our backs so we can kind of press up, gaining a little bit more length in the spine as we twist. But as you push up, also drop your shoulders down away from your ears. So everything nice and long, breathing into that twist. I really love spinal twists for all their incredible benefits for the body. They really do help keep full range of motion in the spine. And they also help detox the internal organs by stimulating them. I kind of like to imagine it like wringing them out. Inhale through center. Go ahead and switch your legs, grasping that right leg with the left arm. Right arm comes up to prop you, still both shoulders dropping down away from the ears, beginning to twist. Really want to twist from this front body. If you need to, kind of moving that belly so we can move in alongside the leg. Beautiful. Just breathing into this twist. Feeling your spine begin to open. Feeling your breath as your belly presses against your leg. On your next inhale, releasing back to center. We're going to go ahead and make our way onto our hands and knees. Go ahead and find a nice neutral spine. Double check that your knees are stacked under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. And an inhale, drawing that tailbone and crown of the head up, dropping the middle of your spine down for cow, and exhale, pressing into the hands and knees, arching the spine back, cat. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Really see if you can get any movement in between the shoulder blades with your cats, like finding any tight spots. With your cow, stretching deeply even into the belly. With each round, imagine that you can get a little bit more range of motion between each vertebra in the spine, kind of lubing them up. Maybe you shift your hips to one side and the other. Maybe you take a peek back towards your tailbone. Just taking a few more breaths here. From here, you're going to begin to tuck your toe. From here, we're going to take a couple balancing. So go ahead and make your way back to neutral spine. And go ahead and inhale your right arm forward and left foot back. And exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly bringing that knee and elbow to touch even if you can. Inhale forward. Exhale, crunch. Activating all those little muscles that help you stay stabilized. Inhale forward. And exhale, crunch. Go ahead and return your knee and hand to the mat. And drawing the left arm forward, right leg back. Finding your balance. And on an exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale forward. Exhale, elbow to knee. Nice and slow. Inhale forward. One more time. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then go ahead and release your hand and knee to the mat. Tucking your toes under and pressing your hips up and back for down dog. Reconnecting with that breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe walking the dog out for a breath or two. With your next inhale, bend deeply in the knees, gazing forward and walking your feet to your hands. Exhale into this forward fold. Inhale, tucking the tailbone, rising all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Just moving through a couple of vinyasas here. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. And if you've been practicing a while, maybe you want to exhale straight back into plank, dropping right through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to move through this 2 more times. Feel free to hop back, step back, knees, chest, chin. Whatever is good for you tonight. Inhale, bending the knees, gazing forward. Exhale, walk or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step, hop, however, back to chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Then exhale, down dog. Beautiful work. Just one more time, kind of limbering up the body. Then we're going to move into a few poses, working on the foundations, kind of building them from the ground up. So inhale, bending the knees, gazing forward. Exhale, step or float. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, up dog. And exhale back just into child's pose for just a breath. Inhaling forward onto the hands and knees, tucking the tailbone, back, down dog. Inhale, bending the knees and floating or walking your feet to your hands. Rising all the way up and exhale, hands to heart. You can stay at the front of your mat or come to face the screen. But we're going to go ahead and build our way into eagle pose. So I'm going to do a couple balancing poses tonight. Just take what feels good for you. If you just want to work on balance, tree is always an option to come into. Toe on the ground or just on the shin if you just want to work on those small kind of muscles in the foot and shins. Otherwise, we're going to make our way into eagle. So go ahead and get a nice strong base with your right foot, kind of spreading the toes, rocking back and forth. Then you're going to take that left foot and wrap it around the right. And maybe it just comes to the back. Maybe you can even get your foot all the way around and kind of hook those toes around the calf. From there, go ahead and take that right arm under the left. Maybe you can wrap it all the way around where the palms come together. Then, beginning to sit back as if you were sitting in a chair. Pressing that tailbone back and beginning to lift the chest and elbows up. Seeing if you can find a still point, a drishti to look at. Remembering to breathe here, slowing down the breath even if you can. Inhale, rising up, beginning to release the hands and legs. Maybe you bend the knees, shake it out a little bit. And again, for the other side, if you just want to work on balance, but keep it a little bit easier, you can choose to take a variation of tree. Otherwise, setting up for eagle. So really spreading those toes, getting that nice wide base on that left foot. And this time wrapping the right. You may find that one wraps easier than the other. Then the arms are opposite, right? So left under right. Beginning to sit back. Feeling a nice, strong foundation on that left foot. Beginning to lift the elbows and chest. Maybe you can find that still point. And just breathe. On your next inhale, beginning to rise up, releasing the cross, and maybe shaking it out. And I've got another awesome balance pose to go right into, but these will just be the only balance poses for today, or the only major balancing poses. So go ahead, let's switch back to the right foot. Spreading those toes, finding a nice wide base, kind of finding that the center weight between the ball of the foot and the heel. Taking that left foot back. And we're going to be coming in towards warrior three. So go ahead and square off your hips to the front of the mat. You're going to squeeze your thighs in towards one another. And then just beginning that tip. And maybe you just play here tonight for a little bit. Just starting the tip. Maybe you continue to take it a little further. Really reaching out through the fingertips, out through the back ball or the back heel of the foot, and working towards coming parallel to the mat. I feel like balance is one of those funny things where some nights I'm really good at it. And then others, I just kind of suck. But either way, just a practice. It's okay if you fall out. On your next inhale, coming up. Go ahead and switch feet. So again, spreading those toes, finding that center point between the ball and the heel, tucking that belly button up and in, squeezing the thighs towards one another, squaring the hips off to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up, and just beginning to play with your tip. You might want to keep a nice micro bend in the knee here. You don't have to lock your leg out. Maybe you come to parallel. Maybe you don't. Maybe you come for a second and fall out. That's good. That's great. That's all part of the practice. Just being with it. Squeezing those thighs in towards one another. Nice, strong core. And inhale up. Beautiful work. All right, coming right into the next pose. We're going to do extended angle. So right foot forward, toes pointing the front of the mat. Go ahead and shimmy the feet out, like at least wrist distance apart. Go ahead and have that back heel on the mat, toes angling in towards the front, and beginning to bend into that front knee. Go ahead and energetically kind of squeeze the hips in towards one another, pressing down firmly through the feet. Inhale the arms out. We're going to exhale, coming right to the side, bringing that right hand to the mat. Maybe you can bring your whole palm to the mat. Maybe you're up on fingertips. Gently pressing that arm into the knee, knee into the arm. Extending out through those top fingertips. Continuing to roll those shoulders and that chest open. Maybe you gaze up. Maybe for a breath or two, you take that top arm behind your back. Maybe you can even grab onto that thigh. Continuing to roll open, kind of making it a gentle twist. Still pressing strongly into the feet. If you took the wrap, go ahead and unwrap. Inhale, up. Straighten that front leg and exhale, release. I'm just gonna shimmy my feet right around for the other side. So now the left foot is facing forward or backwards or however it is for you. Beginning to bend into that front knee. Just taking a breath here. Just really press in to all four corners of that front foot and especially the outside edge of that back foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Windmill over to the side, then bringing either the fingertips or maybe the whole palm to the mat. As the right fingertips reach towards the sky, continue to press that left arm into the left leg, opening the chest. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you take that half bind and gaze up. Continuing to press strongly through the feet, through your base or your foundation. Today we're focusing on building our foundations. Gently releasing that wrap if you decided to take it. On an inhale, rising up. And exhale, release. Go ahead now, pointing both feet Either toes straight towards the front or a little bit in, pigeon-toed. Maybe you want to take a couple breaths in both positions and get the slightly different stretch in the back of your legs. Hands to the hip, inhale, drawing that crown or chest forward. Exhale, fold, releasing the hands to the mat. Maybe you shake your head yes, maybe you shake it no. Just letting any tension that you might be holding just flow from the base of your spine down and out through the top of your head. If you took pigeon-toed or the other way, maybe switch your foot position just slightly for the last couple breaths. And bringing your hands to your hips with a nice straight back. Inhale, all the way up. And coming to the top of the mat, we're just going to make our way down to the mat for our wind down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place hands and just step back this time into high plank. Go ahead and drop your knees straight to the mat, shifting your hips back, child's pose. Just taking a couple breaths here in child's. I searched and searched, hoping to really find that centering thought or that mantra that really coincided with a strong foundation or building foundations. And unfortunately, I didn't find exactly what I wanted. However, I am going to leave you with this thought before we take Shavasana. One of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you can't change. So go ahead and inhale forward onto your hands and knees, maybe grabbing that blanket now if it's cold. Beginning to come all the way down onto your back. Drawing the legs out long, arms out to the side, palms up. Maybe tucking those shoulders under a little bit. Some opening in the chest. Just taking this reclining pose. Allowing our body to take its natural shape. Just any tension that you may still be carrying from throughout the day, just feel it dropping from the front of your body down to the back of your body. It just gets heavy, pulled down by gravity. And as it reaches the back of your body, it just begins to pour out onto the mat. You just release any of those stresses, those tensions, anything that you've been trying to hold control over, just all of that, just leave it here, right now, on the mat. It no longer burdens you. next inhale, taking a deep breath in, filling the top of the lungs, the whole rib cage, pulling oxygen all the way down towards the belly. When you can't take any more, begin to deflate belly, rib cage, chest, and keep pushing out, pushing all the oxygen out. And just letting the breath return to its natural rhythm. Bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Go ahead and begin to roll onto one side for a couple breaths in fetal position. Inhale, beginning to press up. Nice and slow, allowing that head to come up last. And as we make our way back into seated, go ahead and take the awkward cross of your legs, the opposite one to what's natural. If you are joining for the challenge, today's word is foundation. So as we come to the end of a year and begin to think about the next, kind of assessing our foundations is a great place to start. Because with a strong foundation, we can move boldly and confidently into the next space of our life. Thank you for joining me for practice today. Namaste. Oh.